We were talking about this earlier. I got to get your take on it because I really think this is going to go down in history as one of the biggest debacles, probably since the Giuliani decision not to compete until he got to Florida when the race was over. Right? It's got to be right up there. But there had to be somebody in a room in a meeting, right? You've been in these meetings. I've been in it with you early in the campaign. There's got to be somebody in a room in a meeting who said, "Hey, I've got an idea. Let's launch our campaign on Twitter, audio only, in an interview with Elon Musk with no media there. Let's do that." And then somebody else had to say, "Brilliant." I mean, I'm like, how did this even happen? This has got to be the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Elon Musk is asking Ron questions like he never read the guy's background, like he was shocked by some of the things he was saying, right? And it sounded like a frat house as you're listening to the audio with no visual. They get this ready, get that ready. I thought it was a spoof. I thought the whole thing was a farce. And so listen, what you want, what Donald Trump did in 2016, he had a blue suit on with a white shirt and a red tie. There were 25 American flags behind him on a blue carpet. It was perfect. We built a triple riser for all the media. It led every single news outlet in America that Donald Trump was running for president. We had it scripted so that his exact words that we thought he was going to say, ultimately the ones he chose to say, were the headlines of the story. Instead, the headline for Ron DeSantis is implosion, disaster. I don't know if you recover from this. What Tim Scott executed the other day was well done. He had a good crowd there. He had his inflection done when he said he was running for president of the United States. There was video. There were people there to introduce him. And if you had to compare the two launches of these two campaigns, Tim Scott and Ron DeSantis, Tim Scott gets a 10, Ron DeSantis gets a 2.
I think he gets a 0 because it was so stupid. And look, this thing is fraught with grifters, and you saw it in this launch. You got this PAC, you got this Wall Street based Stop the Populist Movement PAC, all this money coming in. You got Ken Cuccinelli running it. Now you got Jeff Rowan there. They're all going to make tens and tens of millions of dollars. So what I saw last night is I saw Wall Street debacle. I saw grift, no vision. I mean, his opportunity yesterday was to, hey, I'm the new generational leader of our movement. He never even said that. It's like he's completely disconnected from us now. And I thought that this is a 0. But it goes to show you that this team is not ready for prime time. Here's the other thing. They think they're cute. Like they thought this was cute and smart. Just go out and have a press conference, get 5,000 people there like we did in Mar-a-Lago, and then get all the media there on the risers like you were able to do at Trump Tower, and then go out to Iowa. He didn't do any of that. It was asinine.
John, here's what we're seeing, right? We're seeing a campaign that launched yesterday that probably has north of 200 people between the super PAC and the campaign structure. All those people are making money. It is a very different operation than when Trump launched in 2016. Look, we launched with 5 people, right? And yes, Donald Trump had massive name ID, but we worked hard to make it well. And I remember leading up to launch day is I was at Trump Tower till 3 in the morning, literally helping build the platform, went back to my apartment for a half an hour, came back and worked at 4 in the morning to make sure we were polishing all the gold in the tower to make sure everything was perfect. Then we get on the plane, John, and we didn't stop until the next day. That's what we did. What we saw here yesterday from the DeSantis campaign was an opportunity once again for the so-called consultant class to drive a narrative which doesn't help the candidate. And John, as I sit here in New Hampshire, I get mailing after mailing after mailing of Ron DeSantis, and the money that they're spending that isn't moving the needle is only so that some of these people can make a lot of money. That's everything that's wrong in politics. And I see unfortunately, the Ron DeSantis campaign going the same way as the Scott Walker campaign, which has started off with high hopes and crashed very quickly.